Welcome, welcome, welcome. Motivation 23. You know that, though. That's why you're here. Thanks for stopping by. So, check it out. I got a video here with some of the brightest minds in the legal field giving their take on what happened with the old thug down there in Georgia. It's the devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind. He was willing to make a deal. That devil. So, I'm gonna play this here, and it was on Fox. So, if you're a demon rat, you want to listen to it. I hope you do. I really do, because you really need to hear some things from some bright people telling the truth, not the media telling you, not your swap boxes, not who you get involved with, and amongst yourselves, talking about things you don't know what you're talking about, but yet you convince yourself you're right. Type of settings. These people are real. This is like, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Exorcist, the original, way back when Linda Blair was the demonic little girl there. She's getting sprayed with holy water, and she's like, ah, 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 ah. That's what this video's like. That's what these two commentaries are going to be like for the Democrats. Because this is the real deal here, man. This is what these people are talking about. This is it. I mean, she skated only because she had some hack, young punk judge. Word comes down and he's got to do what he's got to do. It's got to get fixed. No question. This isn't going to stand. There's no way. Even if it does, the odds for getting Trump convicted before this was slim and none. This, I don't even know. It's nothing. I mean, it's not even zero's not even a number enough. So we'll see what happens. But I want you to check these guys out. Check them out. You know who they are. But just check it out.
What do you make of the judge's decision?
My wish was that he had disqualified the whole team and actually recommended criminal investigation. The opinion makes no sense at all. It's not essentially an honest opinion in the end. We all saw that she lied on the witness stand about her relationship and when it started. We all saw that she lied when she said she paid back every single penny, although I didn't keep any records of it. There are no ATMs. I didn't take a photograph of the money. I know I have an obligation under the rules of Georgia to make sure that every penny is paid back, but I was just going to have my word be enough to defend that. The judge applied the wrong standard, the wrong legal rule, but most importantly, he didn't tell us what we all know, that this is corrupt to the core and that it can't be solved by sacrificing Nathan Wade and saying, look, let's get rid of him. We'll keep the rest of the office on.
I just wanted to stop here real quick. Remember now, she committed crimes, felonies. You can't just get up there and perjure yourself. You can't do it. I can't do it. The average person can't do it. Somebody held to a higher standard like that certainly can't. She just she happened to have a hack judge that was handpicked for this case, so she knows she's gonna walk. It was all knew from the beginning. If you go back and check my comments on other channels and in mine, you'll see I've been calling this since the beginning. There's no question she was walking on this. For now, till she gets to the next level, this is gonna be. It's gonna set precedent for everything. And I love it. I love it. I can't wait to see her take a fall like she's like nobody's ever fallen before. She's just so arrogant, so cocky. She's the racist. She calls everybody else a racist. This woman here is a stone cold racist. Anybody can't see that doesn't want to. It's not hard to see. It's really not.
Because they were both involved in this.
Look, there's no odor here. There is perjury on the witness stand, without a doubt. There are people in prison, people on death row, on lower levels of evidence than this. What the judge tried to do was be Solomon and split the baby and the baby died. This is a terrible, terrible opinion. On the one hand, he says, I have a reasonable basis for wondering if the testimony is truthful. Then he proceeds to credit it and believe it when it comes to whether she paid the money back, whether or not they had the affair, all of that kind of thing. This case belongs in front of a Justice Department or an attorney general or a district attorney for a criminal prosecution. There was perjury, obstruction of justice, witness tampering, and conspiracy to commit perjury. This is not a close case. There was, of course, a real conflict of interest. No, maybe the prosecution didn't begin in order to enrich either of these two people, but along the way, decisions were made which enriched them and which may very well have impacted on the rights of defendants. This judge should have dismissed her, dismissed the whole office, and seriously considered dismissing the entire case. And I think the lawyers for Trump, if they can, should try to take an interlocutory appeal or a mandamus, some kind of an immediate appeal to the next level court. If they don't, they will still have a good issue on appeal if they lose if they are convicted. This case is a disaster, and this judge just didn't have the courage of his convictions. He knew that they lied, but he just didn't have the guts to say it directly.
Well, he's running for re-election, Professor, and the Georgia governor, Brian Kemp, launched a state commission with the power to remove rogue and incompetent prosecutors just like her, which I imagine would happen here. Let's get your take, Greg Jarrett.
Well, the decision makes no sense, quite obviously, because the judge found that both Willis and Wade engaged in improper conduct that merits removal for the appearance of impropriety. That's the standard. But he also found that together they committed the exact same wrongful behavior. So both of them are guilty of disqualifying conduct under the law, and yet he orders that only one of them must leave the case. How is that remotely logical? Well, it's not, which suggests, Sean, that this is a purely political ruling for the bench. I think it's a craven, gutless decision to throw FANI Willis a lifeline to keep the case against Trump going, because if she goes, then under Georgia rules of procedure, the entire indictment gets yanked from the DA's office. Willis gets to stay, but I don't know how in the world she survives this politically. I don't know how she survives the myriad of other investigations into her alleged wrongdoing or, in fact, her upcoming election. This judge condemned Willis for playing the race card in her church speech. Judge Janine is right. That's disqualification by itself. He openly admits that the case has, as you point out, the odor of mendacity. That means it's dishonest, and yet he refuses to fix it. His only remedy is partial. That's no remedy at all.
Look, let's be clear what really happened here. Let's be clear what really happened here. The judge started out with a conclusion that he was not going to get rid of her. And then he had to wiggle his way around to find a basis for being able to condemn her, because he saw it all with his own eyes, but in a way that didn't result in her leaving. It was a very result-oriented, but he felt bad about it, so he had to condemn her and say some things about her. But bottom line is, he made up his mind right in the beginning. He was not going to disqualify her. Everything else was a variable. That was the constant.
Well, let me ask you both this question, because the judge did poison the well against her, especially on appeal. It's hard to imagine one party created the conflict and benefited from this and not the other. On the issue of alleged perjury, I would agree with your analysis, Professor. Then you have the whole issue of the fruit of the poison tree. Sure. What about, Greg, what about all the evidence that was accumulated by Nathan Wade? Doesn't that now have to be dismissed?
Well, you know, fruit of the poisonous tree generally is evidence obtained illegally, cannot be used. Here, it's more of corrupt behavior that creates the appearance of impropriety and actual impropriety itself, although the judge refused to find that. You know, McAfee said that FANI Willis's testimony was unprofessional, and he actually said it may have been untruthful.
Yep.
But then he goes on to say, and I'm quoting here, not so incredible as to be inherently unbelievable. Well, what the hell does that mean? That's word salad, and it's charitable at best. No sensible person was buying these vacuous excuses that Willis and Wade were peddling during the hearing, but the judge is her apologist now, saying, well, she made bad choices and exhibited, and I'm quoting here again, a tremendous lapse in judgment.
All right, exit last
it was
question.
Unethical. It was disqualifying.
Will this case move forward, or does this case die on the vine? Greg.
Well, I hope it dies on the vines. That's where it belongs. It was never a good case. I would hope that his lawyers can try to bring some kind of an appellate action which will delay. You know, everybody says Trump is trying to delay. It's the opposite. It's the prosecutors who are trying to rush this case to try to get the convictions, if they can, in jurisdictions like Fulton County and New York City and Washington, D.C., before the election, knowing that they may be overturned on appeal. So it's a rush to judgment by the prosecutors. And of course, defense attorneys want to slow it down. I think this may prove fatal ultimately to the case.
Greg, last word.
Well, I think the jurors are going to know that this case is absolutely riven with scandal and impropriety and conflict of interest and is politically motivated. And I think this, is going to make it a lot harder for the district attorney to obtain a conviction against Donald Trump.
I agree.
I don't know. Listen, I lived in Georgia. Fulton County, Georgia, is not friendly territory for anybody that is Republican or conservative or that has the last name Trump.
Well, if you made it this far, I hope you did, to be honest with you, because, they said it better than pretty much I could say it for sure. And he laid a few things out there that's, honest, true, and straight to the point. It really is. If you still don't believe that this woman skated, if you believe that she still did the right thing and the judge made the correct decision, if you still believe that they didn't break the law by allowing her to break the law, you're the problem. You're part of the problem. It's not going to be fixed until somebody gets in there and fixes it. That's where Trump comes in. November 5th, 2024. That's this year, people. Yeah. This little thing here slowed this case down here so much. You heard them. They're all trying to rush to get all their cases in there to try to get them convicted before the election. They don't realize it's all backfiring on them. I don't understand how they don't see it. How do you not see it? That guy's poll numbers and everything skyrocketed right after this hood rat got his mugshot taken. How do you not see that this is helping him? Because everybody sees what they're doing to him. Everybody that doesn't want to see it. Everybody except the ones that don't want to see it. I can't believe people allow this man inside their head for this long. He's never even done anything to anybody. You ask somebody, why don't you like Trump? I don't know. If they're with a friend, I don't know. What do you think? Why? You can't come up with anything. Anyway, I hope you made it. If you did, then you're on the good side. If you did make it and you're on the bad side, I hope you got something out of it. If you didn't, you'll be corrected as well, real soon. Yeah, so you might want to go get that bod mod that you have been waiting on and all that good shit. Take your blue hair and go get all that changed up and everything, because when Trump gets in there, he's going, what are you going to do when he got rid of TikTok? Oh, yeah, they just made a ruling in Montana. TikTok's gone. It's coming. That's where you get all your information from. You got to get on the damn phone and get on a TikTok. And you just get mindless. Endless, mindless monkeys. So, but anyway, if you're still here, do me a favor, if you like this video, hit the subscribe button, the like, share the video, because that always helps out. And comment down below. Let me know. It's a pretty hot topic, so you got anything to say about it, man? Let me hear you. I'd love to hear you. I'd love to go, commentary. Maybe go back and forth with this here, and let me know. You know how you're feeling. Until then, Motivation 23. I'm out.